7 candidates have thrown their hat into the race to replace outgoing City Councillor Dan Davies as the by-election's first round of advance polling is currently underway at the Pomeroy Sports Centre. Voters are asked to bring 2 pieces of ID with them. One has to show their address. Driver's licenses, insurance forms, identification cards, and even credit cards are all acceptable pieces of identification. Voters must be BC residents for at least 6 months and have lived in Fort St. John for at least 30 days. Traditionally, by-elections have drawn a low voter turnout, but city staff hope to break that trend this year.
Naturally, we're always hoping that, it's going to be an anomaly and, we'll get 80% of the, electors out. But we know that's a really high expectation. But if we got 20%, 25%, I would consider that awesome. But, the last by-election we had, we only had, it was 9%. So it's a challenge.
The demographic that seems to draw a higher voter turnout in local elections is seniors, but mobility can be a challenge for many of them. So on September 7th, election officials will visit the Peace Villa, Peace Lutheran, Abbeyfield, and Heritage Manor centers with a mobile polling station to allow seniors to cast their ballots.
The roadshow is my favorite part of the election process just because those seniors are so engaged, and every time that we go to a center, they're already lined up. They have their 2 pieces of ID, and they're waiting for us to come, which is incredible in my mind because they recognize how important voting is. And unfortunately, as time progresses, that kind of gets lost in different generations.
The next advance polls will be held on September 6th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. here at the Pomeroy Sports Centre. That night, there will be an all-candidates forum held at the Lido. General Election Day is September 9th. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. again here at the Pomeroy Sports Centre. Public transit will be free that day to make it easier for any residents who don't drive. Then once all the votes have been counted, the new councillor will be sworn in on September 22nd, 1 week before the Union of BC's Municipalities Convention.
Council will formally receive the election results as well as swear in the new councillor-elect. That allows that councillor the opportunity to go to UBCM the following week if they so choose.
The convention gives council members the opportunity to meet with ministers and colleagues and to advocate for the community and help guide Fort St. John's growth. Brendan Miller, CJDC-TV News, Fort St. John.